So why I like vlogs better than movies, okay? You got a guy with a camera walking around talking about restaurants in Ohio, Michigan, Cement City, Neil Armstrong. Quick, yes, this is what I want. I can't handle sitting and watching The Irishman over and over again. I can't handle watching Reservoir Dogs over and over again. But this stuff I can take each day, like a journal. It's like almost like journalism, but it's also a person that's in the arts. He's got weird rings on, or they're cool rings, and he likes Elvis, and he's got friends that do the same thing. It's about friendship. There's always a story underneath the vlog. So that's why I can't sit there and watch the Titanic over and over again, or James Cameron's The Abyss, or I don't know, what's the other, I mean, these are movies that I've seen, or, Nightmare Alley. You can see it a couple times and you're like, okay, because you can't process it over and over again. It becomes kind of like, be like we're looking at a Vincent van Gogh painting or talking to someone. This is like talking to someone, We thought about maybe going out to Chicago and having pizza with Jordan Lee, but I'd rather see him on TV. I think Sam Shepard's right. Sam Shepard said that we would rather see people on TV than actually really meet them. And that's vlogging. I'm okay with him being on my television in my living room. I don't need to meet him, But I thought it'd be cool to vlog maybe with Adam if he comes to Six Flags or whatever with the Linda. Not to tempt him or anything, but I think it'd be cool to kind of see his his equipment, like what he's using, like see the camera and see behind the scenes look at like really what's going on. Because some of the other vloggers will show them, but they don't always really show them. Just to see like what are they doing, I mean, are they standing there? This is a pillow. It's a pillow on a recliner, and because they're literally like they're holding the camera. And they're, I'm just curious on what they're doing and what kind of journalism or video log, like what does it look like on the outside from like a theater kind of point of view. And I'm even writing about it. And it's interesting because it's like, this is brand new theater, cinema, or television or medium or digital videos. It's like brand new. It's just very new. It's new wave. It's like brand new. Linda's back there. Sorry. I've been able to keep character for almost 2 years. All right. I know. Be grateful for what we have. Thank the Lord. Now, I sent out a new song. It's good. It's a good one. It's good. Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, they all got it. It's called The Bass Player. It's a good freaking song, man. Willie Nelson's gonna like it. If Willie Nelson gets to hear it. I'm a big fan of On the Road Again. I used that in one of the vlogs earlier, but I sent out a new song on Drooble. Man, it's good. It's the best one I've done. It's called The Bass Player, man. Listen to it. It's about a bass player. Listen to it. It's good. It is good. Okay, anyway. Okay, forget it. Why not? This one's brought to you by Lucky Strike. If you're going to be a singer, you want to smoke Lucky Strike. Okay. And also, don't forget about Fearless Flyer. Get the light right here. Fearless Flyer is almost like the free press if you go to Trader Joe's. And while you're at Trader Joe's, why don't you pick up some milk thistle? Especially if you drink a lot of beer for like 20 years. You want to take your milk thistle, your Lucky Strike, and while you're at it, you can read the Fearless Flyer at Trader Joe's. All of it's provided, but probably not the Lucky Strikes. You'd have to get that at the 7-Eleven. You have to get that at the 7-Eleven next door. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I am Cole Spivey, and you are
Linda Spivey, hi.
And today we're going on a big venture We would like for you
to join us.
And that's amazing. Big one, big one, big one, big one. All right, this way, come on. Did you put it on? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this day. Mr. Rogers, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day to be a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Mr. Rogers was born in a small town and then grew up in a big city. He went before the United States of America, pretty much like Congress. He was kind of an actor. He went before the whole United States Congress. He said, I don't see what's wrong with my show. It has imagination. It's for children. Well, God's children. But he didn't say that. He said, but it's for children. And I think it's a good idea that we use our imagination. And they said, okay. And the government allowed him to actually have that show. So on PBS, it was a public broadcast show. He was one of the first performers, other than maybe a few clowns back in the 15th century, or maybe some clowns during Shakespeare times that ever approached royalty. Well, government's not royalty, Hollywood's royalty, but the government being government officials for an actual show on television. Pretty interesting, huh? Biden, would you like the Please Subscribe show? It deals with all kinds of things, imagination and delusions, and where we're at today in the world. Could you give it a try? Hey, listen up for the jet airplane. It's dumping fuel in the sky. They cut down a lot of trees. Okay, there she is. Linda's getting clean from... Linda's becoming clean as she can be. That's my goal. I was told you can't stop them. Anyway, Hitler tried, but he lost on that one. But anyway, what I'm trying to... What? Huh? What's going on? Okay. Get to what you're getting. And we think it's a good show. We think it's good for kids. Remember, kids, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11, that's from the Word of God. Jesus, who lives up there, not literally up there, he doesn't live up there, but okay, let's just pretend like that's the sky. He rules the universe, loves and cares about you. Now, you may think at this moment, well, my mom and dad said someone else rules the universe. I don't have a problem with that. And I respect what your mom and dad told you. But my mom and my dad, they love Jesus. And you can love whoever you want to. But I love Jesus, and so does Linda. And we think that's okay, because the Constitution was built on Puritan beliefs, according to Kirk Cameron. Okay, whoa, okay. The Constitution was built on Puritan beliefs. Do not come into the room. Linda's still getting ready for work. We got 10 minutes. She's in the green room. Well, I think this is more the green room, but the other one's actually green. Green room was a place where the Shakespearean actors, before they got on the globe, they would sit on the lawn, and there was plants. It was like a garden, and it was green. So they ironically called it the green room. And the theater, Shakespeare's theater, was called the Globe. It really was once debated on being called the Garden, but they just called it the green room. It was kind of like a room that had plants and lots of oxygen you could breathe, and they were really good actors. There was even method actors in that time during Shakespeare, people that really would get into the role, especially of Hamlet. Okay, you got an inside out day, sweetie. It's inside out.
It's not the right shirt. Will you get rid of that?
Okay. We try to show things how they really are and what we're going through. But sometimes it's so bad that I can't even talk about it. But we're gonna be okay. Have you ever seen Lemony Snicket's? Hey, I worked shoulder to shoulder with Jim Carrey.
I'm not done yet, sir.
See him? He's right there.
Keep that shit
Hey,
away
Jim,
from me.
what do you think about
Keep
her?
it away.
Jim's like, oh, come on, Jim. Come on. Come on, give me a kiss. And of course, he would have probably punched me by then. Or at least headbutt me. You about ready?
Sure.
Okay. This is my little lemony schnickets. Go make me some pasta. Okay, we're at 10 minutes. Get out of the green room, we're at 10 minutes.
No, I swear we're at 5 minutes.
No, we're at 10. We may be at 5. All right, come on, let's go.
You do my dinner.
Okay, real quick, and we're out, okay? It's everything's on the table. Right here, everything's on the table.
No, you moved it from my pocket.
I put everything on the table. We literally have 7 minutes. Real quick. Welcome to the Please Go Show. I'm Cole Spivey.
I'm Linda Spivey.
And we're off. And come join us. And that's amazing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighbor. When you're dealing with someone that's in recovery, there's really nothing that you can do. You can only pray, and that's all you can do. And usually you keep those prayers silent, but you can pray with them aloud. But that's it. There's nothing that you can do because it's up to the other person. They have to have the will and the want. They have to have the want. I wrote a new song today. I posted it on Drooble, and it's called The Bass Player. It's got a twofold meaning. I just released it, and I really like it. I hope you go and listen to it. It's on Drooble under my name, Cole Spivey. It's also under the Mr. and Mrs. Cole and Linda Spivey band, or just the Cole and Linda Spivey band, whatever you want to call it. But check it out. It's under Cole Spivey on Drooble. It's called The Bass Player, and I really like it. I really like the way it is. While you're listening to it, The Bass Player is about Jocko, who was beat to death at a club called Midnight in Florida. Little drinking club. He was asked not to return, and like a bouncer type of person beat him literally to death. He was a bass player, and he just didn't really care much about what management said, at that particular bar, Midnight. They asked him not to return. Probably called the guy a name. This guy's a nut. No, maybe not. I don't know. Slow down a little bit. Probably called the guy a name, and they beat him this one guy beat him to death, and now he's dead. A lot of people don't know about Jocko. He's one of the greatest jazz bass players in the world. He invented a whole style of music and everything. But he's dead. He was a bass player. Just wanted to get that out there. That's kind of what it's about, but it's also kind of about a guy that was in the military that was thinking about being a cop. And he went to a bar and he hit another cop. And they got in a fight. And then he went home. And when he went to sleep, he never woke up because he got hit so hard in the head, and he felt shame about it. Now that's going to be the haunted house coming up pretty soon. Dr. Blood's, hopefully. Suddenly yonder is the old Eric and Superman at Six Flags over Texas. I'm turning on Lincoln. They got these little bridges I thought were kind of cool. When you pass over, you don't get the rain, so you can maybe block out the sun. Favorite places to go to is the Guitar Center. I really like this one in Arlington. It's the one I usually go to buy my strings. I've kept these strings on my classical guitar for a pretty long time. It's so long that they're kind of shaking when you play. The strings start shaking a little too much. But this is a really good one. It's usually pretty quiet. Everyone in there is real respectful. They're usually all musicians. And that's Eric Clapton right there on the wall. One of my favorites. I think Eric Clapton was one of the best guitar players in the world. A lot of people feel that that's true, that Eric Clapton was the best. He could have been, or Eddie Van Halen, but it just depends on what you want to listen to. Eric Clapton was very creative. He was a creative guitar player. Tears from Heaven is a brilliant song. Another one I really like, I like some of his straight up songs. The one that, where he's talking kind of like fighting with a girl. That one, oh man, I can't think of it. I did a cover of it on my SoundCloud. I'll have to look at it. It's a real popular Eric Clapton song. If you know it, leave a comment. What people don't realize is some people go to heaven and some people go to hell. And the people that go to hell, they don't want to know what heaven's like. They're in hell and they're going to fight it out in hell. If they want to know what heaven is like, then they would surrender everything. Everything. They'd surrender everything over to Jesus Christ. And they would no longer be who they are. They would be one with the Messiah. They'd give up who they are to be one with Jesus Christ. That's why they would rather stay in hell and fight it out. You can go to hell, and Jesus can pull you out of hell. You can go there. Read Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno. Divine Comedy. It was written by a prophetic poet named Alighieri. He talked about hell. I've read it. I've read a lot of it. Committed some of it to memory. I don't really know it now, but there's a map in there. And if you're going to hell, you want to study that map. It'll show you how to get around. You can keep fighting it out. Anytime you want to give up, then you just surrender everything to Jesus Christ. He'd pull you right out of hell. Hey, God can do anything. So if you're in hell right now, which a lot of you are, just surrender. Give it up. Stop fighting it. I have no idea where I'm at right now. But I'm going to get there. I'm at like the side of a Don Davis car lot. I have no idea what I'm doing here. But really, oh, there's a stadium. Okay, so I'm in Don Davis car lot. There's AT&T Stadium. And I'm going to pick up some Torchies. Speaking of hell, Torchy tacos. They fry them up from the depth of hell. That's the theme of the restaurant. Yeah, the theme of the restaurant are these little devils. But people love it. You know? I personally don't care. I'll probably get a taco there. Guy's dressed up like the devil during Halloween. You want a taco? Come on, just try a taco. You ever heard of that guy Beetlejuice? He's right over next to me. He's the chef. He's also the dishwasher. He also works as a waiter. Does all kinds of things. Name's Beetlejuice. Got a new mask. Lost my old mask. So we're going with the new one right now. Anyway, we're gonna try out some Torchies. All right, we gotta go get Linda. Right, it looks like we're going to be headed back. We got to drop off one order. And I'm trying to be honest with you. Like apartments, townhomes, all those kinds of things. People are responsible for providing all the amenities that, especially the most, bare essential stuff. They're responsible to a degree. Now, if you have your own house, of course, sometimes you're responsible. And if you don't pay taxes on your house, then you're really messed up, right? Because everybody's got to pay a certain amount for a living. It's called living expenses, right? But the bare essential things in a place, they have to be respectful to other people, We're talking about the bare essential things. Like, first of all, we need oxygen, water, food. They don't have to provide all of that stuff. Well, the oxygen, of course, we breathe is somewhat free, unless you got jet fighters flying over. But those are the very essential things. And, of course, the mansion. And then, of course, you got the love and God and all that stuff. Well, the thing is that they don't really respect, people don't really respect other people and know the amount of pain that other people kind of go through because of things, Anyway, we're trying to get our laundry done today, so we're working on that. There she blows, right past Sycamore Creek, the one, the only Fort Worth skyline. Acting's a wonderful thing. It fits in almost any situation. You'd be a country and western star, next thing you know, you're in a western. Acting. Not much different. He was in the country and western, he's singing country and western, might as well put him in a western. You know what I mean? They can talk like that. Sounds like a western to me, I don't know. Sounds like he's one of those characters in Unforgiven, like Clint Eastwood movie. You know what I mean? Might put him in a western. I don't know. It might work. Pretty funny. Just have him talk all kind of like, you know, can you talk like this, Cole? Well, sure. How much you gonna pay me? Well, we'll pay you about $1 million. $1 million? Heck, I can even get more heck. If I get more heck and sound like one of them hillbillies that does that stand-up comedy routine, I could probably do $2 million. Well, can you get more hick? Heck yeah, I can be hick. I can put in a little bit of squealing like this where it sounds like that. We'll give you $3 million. Why I ready to talk like me? Why I don't want to read it? Okay, that's $4 million. Now that's hick. We'll give you $5 million. $5 million to talk like a hick. Just talk like a hick. Just go ignorant and talk like a hick. My name's Cole, I talk like a hick. Talk like a hick, I talk like a hick. I'm in a western, hire me. Talk like a hick, I talk like a hick. Talk like a hick, I talk like a hick. Talk like a hick, I talk. Gonna talk like a hick. Talk like a hick. I'm gonna talk like a hick. I'm gonna, the bird. Talk like a hick. I'm gonna talk like a hick. I'm gonna talk like a hick. He talk like a hick. Well, hi everybody. This is another side of Cole where I talk like a hick. And I'm going down past Henderson Street, going into old Fort Worth, Texas. Been there since before the Civil War. It was an old fort. An old bunch of coots lived there. They said, this is our fort of good. Don't mess with it. And there's the old train. Old train, don't forget about the post office. It's invented in 1933 BC. About 1,933 years before Christ came to earth to save save us as sinners. Now, well, we're all saved by sinners. I don't want to get into theology. There's a good old train. You're going to jump on that. Tie your shoestring straight. And get on there and call yourself the two-bone hobo. Two-bone hobo. He always brings 2 bones. 2 bones. Oh, my friend Sean's got to be laughing. I always bring 2 bones. Well, two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, yeah. He's a two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, yeah. He got 2 bones. Hey, 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 Pee-wee, jump on. Jump on. Jump on. Now, Jesus himself carried our sins. He's a two-bone hobo, two-bone ho. He's got 2 bones and he's a hobo. A two-bone hobo, two-bone ho. Two-bone hobo, yeah. Ha! Two-bone hobo, two-bone ho. Two-bone hobo, yeah. Hey, two-bone hobo. He's an electronic hobo. There he is. Electronic hobo. Hi, everybody. I'm the electronic hobo. I got a car that thinks like itself, and I just sit on back. Got myself some air conditioning seats. Gonna turn it over here. I can warm the phone. Warm the phone over this way. Two-bone hobo, two-bone ho. He's got a two-bone hobo. What the heck was that? Well, we're moving on along. I got a two-bone hobo, electronic hobo, in electronic computer car that pretty much drives itself. I'll show you. And this button right there, you hit it right back there, and boom, now she drives herself. See that right there? The whole dang car drives. Pretty soon it'll be turning, backing up, calling your name. Where would you like to go? Well, I don't know, I'm two-bone hobo. Where do you want me to go? Well, where would you like to go? Well, you're talking like me. That's because I adapt to how you sound. That way it doesn't sound different. But you sound exactly like me, two-bone hobo. Well, I'm an electronic car that has a computer brain. I talk just like everybody else, so if you start talking a certain way, I talk exactly like you. Well, how do you sound originally? Originally, I sound about like this. What can I help you with? Well, I'm a two-bone hobo with an electronic car. Oh, hi, two-bone.
Now you sound like me again. Well, I was trying to sound just like you. Why? Because we adapt to sound just like you so you can hear yourself talk. Really? Two-bone hobo. Can you talk like something else? Like, talk like one of those English guys over in Europe. What would you like me to say, my friend? Well, you sound a little bit like Sean Connery, a little bit. I'd like a Swiss cheese sandwich, please. That sounded just like Sean Connery from that 007 movie. 007, Bond, James Bond. You sound just like Sean Connery. That's because I want a Swiss cheese sandwich. What'd you say? A Swiss cheese sandwich. You sound exactly like Sean Connery. That's because I want a Swiss cheese sandwich. You want a what kind of sandwich? A Swiss cheese sandwich. What kind of sandwich you want? I said I want a Swiss cheese sandwich. You say you want a Swiss cheese what? I said I want a Swiss cheese sandwich. You want a Swiss cheese sandwich? I said I want a Swiss cheese sandwich. You want a Swiss cheese sandwich now? What? I want a Swiss cheese sandwich, and bullets don't work well in here. Oh, that's from that movie Red October. I sing that. Well, I'm a two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, yeah. A two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, yeah. A two-bone hobo, two-bone hobo, yeah. A two-bone hobo. I got a bone in my throat. Whoops, gotta get out. All right, electronic. It was a small bone. It was like a little fish bone. Got a fish bone in my throat. Two-bone hobo, yeah. A fish bone in my throat. Yeah. A Swiss cheese sandwich. Oktoberfest, September 22nd through the 24th, 2022. Coming up.